South America. For 500 years, a warrior people ruled over Peru and beyond. They were called the Inca, the people of the sun. They built great cities like Machu Picchu, where they worshipped the sun and sacrificed virgins to their gods. Eventually, they would be destroyed by Spanish invaders searching for gold and glory. I'm here seeking a city perhaps even greater than Machu Picchu, one of many still lost in these jungles, where the Incas' history and perhaps their treasure lie undisturbed.
Hi, I'm David Adams, and this is the remote cloud forest of the Peruvian ranges. And this is where the last of the Incas found their refuge, and it's where they built their golden cities, and that's why I'm here.
Because hidden somewhere in this jungle vastness, legend says there are cities still waiting to be found. Cities never sacked by the Spanish. Cities that may conceal hidden Inca treasure, or even the holy grail of the Inca Empire, the great golden disk of the sun.
Bueno, Aurelio, aquí es el plan. ¿Recuerdes el camino Inca?
Meet Gary Ziegler, an archaeologist, and someone I've come halfway around the world to meet. Gary's devoted his life to exploring Peru's jungle. If I'm to have any chance of finding a lost city, it's going to be with Gary's help.
We found this wonderful major Inca road, and these Inca roads always go somewhere, so it's a good place to look for ruins.
How are you sure that no one else has been up there?
Well, there's nothing recorded on maps, so there's a really good chance that that no one's been up there.
That's great.
I'm pretty sure that we're going to find something significant up there.
The Vilcabamba, the Incas' final refuge, the place from which they waged war on the Spanish, and where they built their lost cities. To get there, I plan to head through this sacred valley, down the Urubamba River, before arriving at the very edge of the Amazon basin. But my journey starts in the old Inca capital, Cusco. In the late afternoon light, it's easy to imagine Cusco in its heyday, as the city of gold, so intoxicating to the first Europeans to see it. Right now, it's midwinter in the southern hemisphere. Time for Inti Raymi, the festival of the sun. The oldest surviving Inca celebration, a vital link to Peru's past. Gary Ziegler's seen it all before, though. He couldn't wait, and so he's headed straight to the mountains. But I plan to take my time and get a feel for the people whose past I'm seeking. The sun set many years ago on the Inca Empire. But something of the spirit of the Incas lives on in music and dance. It's here in the people. And it's here in the stones of the buildings, so perfectly constructed 500 years ago. The sun was the Incas' supreme god, and the temples they built to worship it in were among the greatest pre-industrial buildings in the Americas. The most celebrated of all was the Coricancha, the fabled Temple of Gold.
Well, these walls look pretty bare now, but once they were totally covered in gold, right throughout the whole temple. And there were golden llamas and golden idols in these recesses, the like of which the world had never seen. In fact, the only 3 Europeans ever to see them were the ones who discovered them, and they also took most of it away. Part of what they took included 700 sheets of gold. Each one weighed 4.5 pounds. But the only thing they didn't take was the great golden disc of the sun.
But someone did take it, because by the time the Spanish returned to get it, it was gone. To this day, it's never been found. Its final resting place remains one of the world's great mysteries. Most likely, it's in the Vilcabamba, where Gary Ziegler's gone and where I plan to meet him in a week. The journey takes me in the footsteps of one of the world's great explorers, Hiram Bingham, the man who put the Vilcabamba on the map. Like Gary Ziegler, he was an adventurer, the discoverer of the most famous Inca city of them all, Machu Picchu. But Gary Ziegler's also an archaeologist, so he's the perfect expedition partner. By now, I can't wait to follow him into the mountains. And that means I need transport.
Buenas tardes, senora.
Oh, mister, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes. The Valle Sagrado?
¿A dónde quiere usted viajar?
A typical way of getting from place to place in Peru is by buying a seat on a truck.
150.
150. Okay, fantastic.
Correcto.
Very
Muy
good.
bien.
So for 150 soles, about 40 bucks, I have the doubtful honor of squeezing in for a long, slow ride.
Vamos a prender el
Ah,
carro.
it's a wind-up.
Sí.
The driver is Don Tieflo, his offsider, Ephraim.
I think this is, it's all about technique, this sort of thing.
Ya,
Yeah?
ahícito.
I think it's like a sweet spot somewhere. Okay.
Amigo Efraín,
Efraín,
por favor,
can you give us a hand, mate?
manito.
This may be one of the oldest trucks on the road, but no one knows that road better than Don Tieflo and Ephraim. With their help, I will follow a trail over 500 years old, a trail that leads deep into the Peruvian rainforest, to a place of ritual sacrifice, sun worship, and golden cities, the lost realm of the Incas. The Incas believed they were the children of the sun, born on an island in Lake Titicaca. This was their Garden of Eden, the place where it all began. Where I'm going, though, is the place where it all ended. The place where the Incas made their last stand against the Spanish, and where they're supposed to have built their lost cities. The Incas ruled over the largest empire since the Romans. And like the Romans, they built an elaborate network of roads, stretching from the equator halfway to the South Pole, and crisscrossing the continent from the Amazon all the way to the Pacific.
This is a lookout area overlooking Taray.
Very steep on the way down.
Don Tieflo might be right about keeping your eyes on the road, but sometimes it's easier said than done, because there isn't much of a road to keep your eye on.